What's going on, guys? It's Orwin, Sport Bike Everything, back with another video, and today we are looking at 5 must-have Motion Pro tools that I'd recommend for the DIY motorcyclist. Starting off the list, we have the $8 rim protectors. Now these rim protectors are beat up. I've used them a bit because I do replace my own tires. You've seen me use these in the tire install video on one of the strategies that I've looked at the easiest way to get them on. I picked these up at Cycle Gear, and yeah, these work phenomenal. They keep their integrity and they can withstand a lot of pressure. So I use these. 2 is fine. You may be able to get 2 pairs instead of just 1. But these, I find they work great when it comes to installing your tires and protecting your rims. Motion Pro rim shield protectors, $8. Get a pair. Next on the list, coming in at $17, we have the Motion Pro axle alignment tool. Now this is a very simple tool, but it's critical in the performance of your motorcycle. So you just adjust the slack on your chain, or you just replace the tire. We got to get that axle aligned. If the axle is not aligned, you're looking at premature tire wear, sort of swaying if you take your hands off the handlebars, premature irregular chain wear. So we want to make sure we get that rear axle aligned. This tool does a great job, and in any tool that comes with coarse threads, I recommend greasing the threads here. But essentially this works flawless. It goes right on top of your rear sprocket. Make sure this rod lines up with the chain in perfect parallel. And you can look at it from the back, you can look at it from the top, and yeah, this works flawless. I use this every time I adjust my chain, every time I take that rear wheel off. This is what I'm using. They have other methods, laser options. There's other methods out there, but this is the most straightforward, most intuitive tool to get that job done. Next on our list, the Motion Pro SLACKSETTER. I use this every time I'm checking the slack on my chain. If you've seen a previous video of mine where I had my R6 on the dyno, really bad and not safe at all. So I went ahead and I bought this tool, and I checked my chain slack on a routine basis to make sure it's in spec. The way it works, the chain goes in this slot here, and I like to pinch this tip here to make sure the measurement tube stays in alignment, but it holds pretty well. So you don't have to pinch the tube, but I like to pinch the tube just to make sure. And then it goes up and then down. And then here's your measurement here. I don't know if you can see that. Do we have autofocus? Yeah, the measurement is here in millimeters. They also have absolute measurements as well, because you can measure it from the top. If it's a dirt bike, I know a lot of dirt bikes measure their chains that way. But this is essential. I use this every time. Every sport bike or motorcycle DIY motorcyclist should have this tool. It comes in at $18. I got this on sale from Sport Bike Track Gear, and it works well. Next up on the list is the PBR Motion Pro chain tool. Now the reason why I recommend this tool is because, again, quality. But I ended up getting this for a deal. I got this secondhand. It wasn't new. Well, it was almost new because the guy that I got it from barely used it. But this comes in at $100 if it's not on sale. I picked this up for $60 secondhand. So keep in mind, a lot of these tools you don't have to get brand new. A lot of these tools you can get secondhand, bargain. try to find some good quality tools that you don't have to pay new for. So, you know, again, it comes with colored instructions, shows you how to use it. Very intuitive tool. Everything is labeled. PBR, you're pressing, you're braking, and you're riveting. Again, anything with coarse threads, I recommend greasing the threads for longevity purposes. It comes with this tool pops out, and you just change it according to what tool you're using. It has P here for press, R for rivet, brake here. So the brake is the flat side there. Oh no, brake is this side. So the pin goes all the way through. So very intuitive tool. I like it. Works flawlessly. You would have seen me use this tool in my Vortex chain and sprocket install. Works flawlessly. Everything is greased. Everything works well. You get a spare chain breaker pin here. You get your rivet. Here's your riveting tools and different rivets here. You get a square rivet or depending on your chain, but this works flawless. Again, you don't have to buy a new. It's an expensive tool. You might get away with the cheaper ones, but I go for quality. It's heavy, it looks nice, it's good, you know, all good here. There's your Motion Pro PBR chain tool. And last but potentially not least, we have the Motion Pro Sync Pro throttle body CARB synchronization tool. Now this I use often. I put a lot of miles on my bike, and from time to time the throttle bodies will lose its synchronization. If your throttle bodies are not synchronized, you may experience idle issues, maybe poor performance. This tool is going to get the job done. It comes with this calibration tool. You pretty much plug this into the main cylinder on your throttle bodies, and you plug the rest of these into each nipple here. You plug each of them into each nipple. There's 4 here, and then essentially this fluid in here. Let's see if you can see that. There's fluid in here that rises up on this scale here, and all you have to do is make sure they're on level. Once they're level, you put this calibration tool back. You take this, and then you plug all 4 into each cylinder, and then you match them up. At a time where I did experience rough idle, this fixed it immediately. I thought it was all these other sorts of issues. I was able to pick this up at my local Palmetto Motorsports, I think it was. It was a Palmetto Motorsports dealership. They gave it to me for 85 bucks. So I was able to get a deal on this, but this, I think it's priced right now at about $105, $110. At the time that I purchased it, I think it was $120. So this is an expensive tool, but it's essential to keep your bike running up to par. So definitely recommend this tool. All right, guys. So these are the 5 essential Motion Pro tools. Here you're gonna get quality. Keep in mind, Motion Pro doesn't sponsor me. Bought all these tools with my own money. They don't even know I exist. But you know, I have a lot of Motion Pro tools, and I think these I use on a more than often basis to keep the bike running in tip-top shape. Thanks for watching. My name is Orwin. This is Sport Bike Everything. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of these tools? Do you use them? Do you have difficulty using them? And I'm also trying to do better on my social media. You can follow me on Instagram at Sport Bike Everything. I'll be there posting behind the scenes stuff as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys and gals. Till next time, peace.